Welcome back to Emirates 24/7. In only 10 years, Dubai has risen from trading just $5 million worth of diamonds to processing nearly $40 billion worth, pushing the Emirate to become the world's third largest trading center for the precious stones.
Bad with Hollywood's 2006 film Blood Diamond, and international news outlets highlighting the issue of conflict stones. Concerns over supply sources persist, even though the industry claims less than 0.5% of stones are questionable.
Well, our reporter June Wrigley caught up with Peter Meeus, the chairman of the board of directors at the Dubai Diamond Exchange, to find out how Dubai has grown so fast in diamond trading and how the Kimberley process has been stamping out blood diamonds. She started by asking him where most of the demand comes from for the world's diamond supply.
The real buying power today is in China and in India and in the Gulf. The Gulf consumes 10% of the world production. Now, if you put that in perspective, the Gulf doesn't have 10% of the world population, but it consumes 10% of the world's production of diamonds. That means that, relatively speaking, people in the Gulf buy much more diamonds than anyone else.
Now, you were previously the CEO of the Antwerp Diamond Centre, where you were part of creating the Kimberley process, which is an initiative to combat conflict diamonds. Why was it set up, and what exactly are conflict diamonds or blood diamonds?
The whole Kimberley process was set up 10 years ago. I was involved in it already from the year 2000, because in these days, unfortunately, in Africa there were civil wars. There was a big civil war going on in Angola. There was a civil war in Sierra Leone. The United Nations actually embargoed these diamonds, so they couldn't enter the regular pipeline. And in these days, most of the African nations said, we have to regulate the situation. We have to have proper controls at the mine level. Because the African countries, South Africa and others, they were afraid that the whole pipeline would be contaminated, and it would, of course, affect their economy. So a system was created in which we helped to create a certificate for every parcel of rough diamonds, actually almost for every diamond that leaves a country and goes to another country, needs to have a Kimberley process certificate. It will be sealed, it will be tamper-proofed, and that's basically what the Kimberley process guarantees for rough diamonds.
Now, today there's a lot of conversation or debate about the need to redefine what a conflict diamond is. What are your thoughts?
I was involved in creating the Kimberley process in the year 2000, and then after 2 years of negotiation in 2002 we really launched it. But we should not forget that when we started it up, these so-called conflict diamonds had they were about 3 to 5% of the world market. Today, everybody, including the non-governmental organizations who stirred up this whole process 10 years ago, agree that it is probably far below 0.5%. So enlarging the definition is not really necessary. The Kimberley process is doing its work.
Synthetic diamonds are now becoming an alternative, especially for people who want to absolutely know their diamonds are conflict-free. As a diamond expert, what do you think of synthetic diamonds, and do you think they will become popular in this region?
Synthetic diamonds today are not really on the market yet as a product. I mean, not to a big extent. There were attempts 10 years ago. It's actually based on a Russian technology. And some American companies have tried to make synthetic diamonds popular, but it failed. It's not like with cultured pearls, where there has been a very big marketing and cultured pearls have become really popular. In diamonds, that hasn't happened yet.
And where do you predict Dubai's diamond trade to be 10 years from now?
The diamond trade in Dubai has done much more than we actually could have envisaged 10 years ago. So I honestly cannot believe that we can continue to do the same growth in the next 10 years. We are already the third largest diamond distribution center in the world. It is possible that we will move up a little bit. That's our ambition. But if we can just continue to do what we do, we are already happy.